Hey guys, you found the Driven to Compete channel. If this is your first time on the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can stay up to date on all my videos. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to thank you so much for viewing my videos. As always, after the video, I love to read your comments and I try to interact as much as I can. With that said, here's what we did today. This video, you're going to see my buddy, my best friend, Jimmy. He goes by Boosted Tag, diehard Honda guy. I know. Don't hold that against him. You know, if you talk to Jim, he'll tell you that, Hondas are just super fast. And for what they are, I don't disagree. But he's not an American muscle kind of guy. I am. I think I make his life better by having me in it. If you're watching this, Jimmy, yes, I do. I think I make your life better by having an American muscle guy in your life. So in the video, I let him drive my Mustang 710 to the rear wheels. It is cold out. The tires do not like cold weather. I was a bit nervous because the car is making a considerable amount of power. And in my video, I'm probably have that pucker factor look on my face on multiple times. But I thought we had a great time doing it, man. That was a lot of fun. Anytime you can do a first with a friend, family member, something like that, it's always a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you get to the video. I hope you enjoy it. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. This is the first time you've ever driven my car. I contemplated it.
I rode in it once.
You rode in it once. It's because we're always going to car show shit or together, and you're driving and I'm driving, and that's just always how it's been. Boy, the seat was really high on this side. Must have been my wife. Raised it up.
Take me a second to get used to it.
Get used to the brakes, the clutch, the whole deal. So
Brakes are touchy.
yeah. And you definitely have to slip the clutch a little when you pull out.
So. I do like the shifter.
You
that
do?
Feels good, yeah.
Does it? Okay.
I think. Of course, I've been driving my sloppy shift Volkswagen.
Jesus. You scare me. You and your clutch. I don't have an oh shit handle to grab onto over here.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're straight when you do it. Because she'll come around on you. Tail wise.
I get it. I'm nervous till I get behind the wheel.
Sure. You love that freaking ramp back there. You ram on everything coming down that ramp for some reason.
It just begs for it.
It just begs for
It's
it.
not my fault. They shouldn't have built the ramp like that. You know?
Yeah, I hear you. I left traction control on too. Figured that would help you slightly.
What gear would I grab? Third.
You want to drop it? Drop it. Go ahead. Jesus. All right.
I'm scaring you.
I'm like, does you get to wait until it doesn't have a parachute? I was like, I hope he knows it doesn't have a chute.
Come on, man.
Oh my God. We're coming up on that car hard. Woo!
What gear would I grab? Third.
You want to drop it? Drop it. Go ahead. Jesus. All right.
I'm scaring you.
We'll have to. Well,
Nice. Feels good. It's hard.
it is hard.
Traction's up. Spins a little.
You hit redline, I think, on one of those. I heard it shut power down.
I'm a Honda guy. You gotta expect that. on it.
Yeah.
It's got to pop 4 times before you make the shift.
Yeah. We'll have to. This is a handful in the street, I think now. I mean, I wouldn't want to go much more. What?
Okay, you're talking. It definitely gets up. It is a handful of it. You got to hang on to it.
Matt, you want me to turn traction control off for you?
Yeah.
That right there. If anybody was watching this video and they think that you have to go to a tuner that does nothing but specifically what you are own or working on, you're crazy. A good tuner can tune anything. And I mean that because I went to an import tuner this time and he did a far better job than the last shop.
Yep.
Period. And I can say that.
Tuning is tuning. There's some quirkiness with different cars, but overall you're looking for generally.
But he was in, you know, customer service. The guy called me 3 times while I was tuning the car, talked to me through different steps, wanted me to ask me what I wanted my max RPM to be. Is that a Popo? Yeah. All that. He asked me all those questions. He called me. He told me when there was what he found wrong with the car, how he wanted to address it, if I was in agreement. I mean, I didn't know how to take it, honestly, because I had never had that type of level of customer service before, ever. And I spent way more money, as you know. I spent a lot of money at the other shop, and they just blew me off. So, honestly, I almost want to send them a thank you card, because I feel like they did me a massive favor by making me look for somebody else to tune the car. And I was hesitant for a bit, but nah, I would recommend JK Tuning. If you're in Central Pennsylvania, you're watching this video, you're in Central Pennsylvania, I don't care what you have, okay? Seriously, because the guy can tune anything. I watched him tuning on imports. I watched him tuning on, obviously, domestics. He talked to me about the differences between a positive displacement roots type blower to a centrifugal blower to a turbo car, and how you have to tune them each slightly different depending upon where they're at in the RPM range, and so on and so on. He proved to me that he can tune anything. So JK Tuning in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, fantastic. Would recommend them. John as just a downright great guy, customer service. All he does is tune. He won't build your car for you. You know, he'll do minor stuff that's parts of tuning. He'll gap your plugs for you. He'll do stuff like that that's parts of that he considers to be part of tuning. But you know, that's all he does, all day in and day out. So I can't say enough. And no, he did not take any money off my bill for me to give him a shout out. Trust me, I paid just like everybody else. I wish this channel was big enough to get Texas Speed as a sponsor, or Ford, you know, Ford Performance to come on board. You know, I'm not going to find myself getting invited to go drive the GT500 before it's ever available to the public or anything like that. It's just not going to happen. But that's okay. How about it, Jim? We're okay with being a small channel, putting out as good a content as we can put.
Yep.
And the car makes...
having a good time. Yeah,
the car makes phenomenal power. And God knows we put enough time in, and I spent enough money on the car to get it to where it's at. The straight cut gears aren't too obnoxious, are they?
No.
I mean... you
can definitely hear them, but they're not annoying. It's just like a hint in the background, you can tell.
So what we did to the car, and I broke it, not we. I broke it. Racing my wife's R. If you've not watched any of my previous videos, then that's new news to you. If you've watched previous videos, then I'm sure you've heard me say that. But we
Jim helped me, along with my cousin Tyler, and I can't give those two guys enough shout outs, because without those guys I could have done it, but it would have taken me a lot longer. So kudos to those guys. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Tyler, for all your help. We pulled the trans. I took it to Bill Calimer Transmissions. If you have an MT82 and you want to keep your MT82 but you want it built, that's the guy to talk to. There's guys doing business with him from California to Maine, and coast to coast. You put the transmission in it. It has a stage 3 trans in it from Bill. We took the clutch out. I sent it out to California. Had it re-splined to fit to match the new input shaft on the trans, and that has a twin disc RXT on it from McLeod. I put that in. We put the trans in it. Drive shaft in it, and the gear ratios are different in the stage 3 trans, so we went ahead and I put 373 rear gears back in the car. It was a performance pack car, so it came through with those, but I had taken those out because of the amount of power I was making. I was spinning a lot, but with the 373s, the different gear ratios in the transmission, the car, to give you an idea, if you have a stock Mustang MT82 car right now, will be equivalent, according to the calculations, it's a 352.6. So it's basically a 352 rear end in the back, gear ratio when you do put the two together, and it seems to work.
Yeah.
There's no stumble when you walk in it. There's no stumble like before. What do you think of the new exhaust? Does that change the tone?
It sounds good.
Doesn't it?
Still not used to the clutch yet. I'm used to my Integra. It's like,
here, you know what would make
like
this? We can't have. Listen, we can't have a Jim and Sean test drive video without cousin Doug.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's give the old Mr. Juicy a call. Oh, I know he loves that.
He'll love that.
He loves Mr. Juicy. Listen, that's his nickname, man. You know how like they have all those movies like The Man Who Knew Too Little, or, and all this. It's the man with the juicy lips. That would be his movie.
What it be, bro?
Hello, Mr. Juicy. You're on YouTube with Boosted Tag and Mr. Driven to Compete. We are test driving Baba Yaga, and I'm happy to say, well, Jim, you tell him, is it Boosted Tag approved?
Yes, it is. It runs good.
Listen to you, it runs good.
You know what he
I
told
don't want
me?
his head to get too big to fit back out the door.
It doesn't hit like a VTEC Honda, but
Yeah, there's no VTEC feeling.
Yeah, there's no VTEC feeling.
This one is.
Did you drive it yet, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's driving it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's driving it right now, and he's acting like that, dude.
Well, we're in traffic right now.
Reach down and make sure he has a pen.
Wow. Watch the video.
Oh my God.
I'm only saying that because there should be a lot more reaction.
This guy.
Boosted Tag isn't afraid of anything.
What you doing? What you doing? Shifting at 2000?
Oh my God.
We're in traffic.
We're in traffic. He wants to see how close we can get to the rear end of the next car in front of us.
Testing that new front.
He likes to check.
spoiler.
He's checking the aerodynamic spoiler setup in the front and back, and the brakes. He wants to see how they all work together. If the brake cooling ducts that we put in front are working or not.
Look, if you don't test or stress test stuff, you don't know where the limits are.
That's very true. You do have to stress test it.
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, everything's rated to 1,000 horse now.
I know.
And I'm not making that kind of power, so it should hold up. But
yeah, I think he will. I think you've now come across the right ingredient for you. And I couldn't be happier for you, because I think it's exactly where you want the car to be, where you can get out. You can let somebody that's not used to driving power, like Jimmy, letting him drive it, and still feel pretty safe.
Wow.
Alright, so there you have it. Boosted tech improved. I can't say thank you enough for watching. And if you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button so you can watch us to getting into trouble, working on all kinds of different projects, just having a good time.
And the road that makes